Check. Hey. Cool. Yo, what is up? Welcome back to another video. Ever since I've gotten into film photography, developing my own film has always been something that I've always wanted to try, and finally I pulled the plug, bought some chemicals, my own Patterson tank, and I developed my first 3 rolls of film. So I developed 2 rolls of 35mm and then 1 roll of 120. So going into this, I got everything I needed. Bought myself a C41 kit, bought myself a Patterson tank that can develop 2 35mm rolls or 1 120 roll, and then bought myself some bottles from eBay so I could put my chemicals in it. This whole process was a lot harder than I expected it to be. Heating up the chemicals was easy, but also hard at the same time. I put the 2 chemicals that needed to be heated up, which is the developer and the Blix, in a tub and just kind of let hot water go over it. The water was super hot, so it was like up to like 115 degrees, so I had to wait a minute for the developer to cool down to be exactly 102 before I started developing my own film.
The developer's taking forever to go back down to like 102.
After it cooled down to 102, poured the developer in and then set a timer for about 3.5 minutes. Agitated the film for the first 10 seconds of the time, and then I did about 4 or 5 turns every 30 seconds. Poured that back in the bottle, then poured in the Blix. And did the same process, agitated it for the first 10 seconds. And then did about 4 or 5 turns every 30 seconds, but did that for 8 minutes. If you're not a big fan of like a vinegar kind of smell, this is what Blix smells like, so it's not the greatest smell, but it wasn't too bad. After I finished that, I poured the Blix back in its bottle and then put some water just to rinse it out. The instructions said to do it about 7 times, but I just did it until the water was clear. The last step was to put the fixture in the film, so I put the fixture in the tank, then set a timer for about a minute, agitated the film for the first 15 seconds, and then just let it sit for the rest of the time. So after all that, the film was okay to be exposed to light. So I opened up the tank, pulled out the rolls, and the 2 35mm rolls were not developed well at all. One of the rolls was just totally black, so I don't even know what happened. The other roll, you can see some of the negative, but it's really dark.
As you can see, it's really not that like great. Like, this one's super dark, right? And then this one's just totally black.
So I was a little bit upset just because I kind of just used chemicals and was like, dang, this sucks. Like I probably won't ever do it again. But then I was like, oh, I still have 120. Let me try that out. I mean, like practice will only help me get better at developing. So I did the same process with a 120 roll. And actually that roll came out way better than the 35mm. Like I could actually see the negative. So I was super stoked about that.
Oh my gosh, this looks 10 times better than that freaking roll. That is sick. Heck yeah.
So after I developed my negatives, I let it dry and then cut it up so I can put it on a scanner. I actually do not own a film scanner, so what I did was just grab my laptop, look up like a white video on YouTube, it's like 10 hours long, and then turn my brightness all the way up, and then took a macro lens on my mirrorless camera, took actual raw images of the photos, and then took it into Lightroom. I don't use Negative Lab Pro. I know a lot of people use that. I looked up on YouTube how to convert your negatives without that app, and I figured out how to do it. So this process was cool. I'm excited to develop more film. It's gonna definitely help bring down the cost of developing film because that junk gets expensive. With this happening as well, like I should hopefully get more content out on YouTube. So, but anyways, if you got to the end of this video, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you want to see more photos that I developed myself and scanned myself, you can follow my film Instagram at jubilee.film. And if you just want to keep up with my life, you can follow my main Instagram, which is jubilee.santos. Again, thanks again for watching, and until next time, I'll see you next video. Peace.